Hey guys, this is Taylor, aka Uncle Ray with Range Day, and I've got something cool for you. So with the old COVID scare and the ammo shortage, it makes it hard to run, your standard ARs or whatever you're running as your primary weapon system. And train a lot since ammo is so expensive. Steel case being 50, 60 cents a round, it adds up really quick, especially when you burn through a couple hundred rounds of range trip. So I've got something pretty sick for you. This is the CMMG 22 LR conversion kit. It's a drop-in kit. So right here's the magazine going through the old check. It's clear. I'll pull it out and show you. It's a drop-in kit. It's running right now on my 13.7. I'm swapping in and out. It just depends on what I'm doing today. So it's really cool. Runs your standard charging handle. So anything you got standard mil spec or something like this Radian, you don't have to get a special charging handle for it. You do have to get special mags. So get that out of the way. When you buy the kit, depends on where you get it from or whatever kind of sales going on at the time. But when I bought mine, it came with just one magazine. I bought a couple more. For reloads and stuff. The magazines are about 25 bucks a piece. Yeah, they're a little expensive, but you only need a couple of them to get efficient training. It's not like you're going to go out and hoard them and buy 100. So, like your other AR for your other platforms, it's really not too bad. And the amount that you can save by running this system is tremendous, especially right now. But even before all the ammo scare, I was still saving a ton of money, and this has paid for itself several times over. This is the bolt. It looks a little funky. It's really dirty. I haven't cleaned it since I've been testing it for this review. I've got about 1,500 rounds on it so far, so it's not a ton, but I feel it's enough to where I have enough information to just accurately give you guys a good description of what you should expect if you were to purchase something like this. So the way it works is it's just a drop-in bolt, and then there's a fixed 5.56 shell here that's made out of steel, and that's what goes in your chamber. And then the bolt cycles just like a normal, it just cycles 22, and it's pretty good. It's really dirty. They do say to lube it. Now, it says that in the instructions. Right here when you buy it, if you care about what the packaging looks like, it'll come in this little tube. There's some instructions in there. Here's pretty much what I did with my instructions right off the bat. I did this, went okay, and then tossed them out of the way, got rid of that. Nobody reads instructions. So yeah, cool little plastic tube. I just have it. I don't really store it in here. Yeah, it's just whatever. I just kept it for the sake of the video. So we'll go ahead and get that out of the way. I've really not had any issues with this. I have had a few jams, but when they do say to keep it lubed, you got to keep it lubed, okay? You got to really just dump the lube on it, and then if you think you don't have enough, probably dump some more lube on it and work your action 3 or 4 times. Because if it is not lubed, it will not cycle properly. We do have some good footage of that. We were running it last week before Christmas, and I had a couple failure to extract when we were running it and training with it, but that's okay. I just cleared them, kept on going. Just the way it is, I didn't follow the instructions that day. No big deal, just kind of wanted to see if I would have a hang up or not, and I did.
There we go.
As long as you keep it lubed, it's okay. I haven't cleaned it since I've had it 1,500 rounds. I'm running everything from CCI Stingers to the junkiest 22 bulk ammo I can get my hands on. So, it cycles those pretty well. You have a couple hang-ups or a couple failures to fire when you buy bulk 22 ammo. I don't really blame that on this bolt, because that's happened to me in the past running bulk 22 ammo with several different firearms, semi-autos, bolt actions, all that stuff. So I kind of just blame that on the ammo. It's just the way it is when you buy bulk 22. You're gonna get a couple bad ones in there. It's just how it goes. The great thing about this bolt, it's a little expensive. I think they run about $180, but if you compare that to half a case of Wolf or Tula 223, it's a fraction of the cost. And one of the best things about this is you can just drop it in. I'll do that right now. Different rifle here, doesn't have a bolt in it. So yeah, you just drop it in, just like a normal AR bolt. Pull the mag out. Put your charger down. Drop it in. Make sure it's in all the way. Dedicated 22 mag in there. You're ready to rock. Like I said, I've only got about 1,500 rounds on it, and I'm going to keep on pushing it, especially the next year with all the ammo probably not getting any cheaper for a long time. So I'm going to keep on running it, and then we'll make like a 5,000 round update video on it, and we'll go from there. But one of the greatest things about this is, at least for me anyway, and I've run several different types of ammo, when I zero my standard rifle, the standard 5.56 or 223 or whatever load I'm running in that particular rifle for that zero, it doesn't matter what it is. You drop the bolt in, it doesn't matter what kind of ammo you have. The zero for the bolt for the 22 has been your elevation windage. It's almost been completely spot on with my current zero that I have on my optics for the standard 5.56 load. Now, I mean, you're going to lose that accuracy with the 22 out at distance, but for basic training out to 50 yards, it's going to be pretty accurate. Now, 22 is going to start dropping after about 50 yards, and it even drops some at 50. So you're not going to get the best longer range, or I guess what you consider intermediate range performance in like zero from this. But if you look at what your really minimum engagement distance is, the average engagement distance is around 10 yards. So it works great. You just throw it in any rifle with any optic. I've had it on this with this 3X ACSS from Primary Arms, and it runs right there, right on my zero, right on my 100-yard zero, right where it should be inside 50 yards. And then same with that red dot, the Hollow Sun red dot, it's the same thing. Keeps right up with the zero. So that's great. You don't, when you get it and you drop it in, all you have to do, yeah, you definitely want to check your zero when you put it in. But all you have to do is drop it in, shoot like 1 or 2 rounds, 3 or 4 if you want. Just check your zero, make sure it's accurate, and then rock and roll. One con about this is that when you're running it with a timer, a lot of the times the timer will not pick up the shots from the 22 blasts.
Incredible.
It probably didn't even pick up the last like 3.
If you're like me and you're running the old or older Pocket Pro, it's not going to pick up every round. So you have to kind of take that, with a grain of salt. If you're worried about every single second and trying to like get split times on drills and stuff, you can't really necessarily do that with this conversion kit. It is good to know what your times are so you can have a standard for yourself and improve. But a lot of that training you can still get and still learn from when you just go off the buzzer and not necessarily worry about your time. That's really my only complaint. If you follow the instructions on this guy and you lube it, and I don't run any kind of fancy lube. I just use old oil and grease from Vietnam era, like in the 70s, 60s and 70s. I have like a big 5-gallon can of it. That's just what I run on my guns. Doesn't have any problem. You just got to keep your lube real good. It does get dirty. It's just the way it is. It doesn't get any dirtier than any other bolt. It is chrome plated, so it's pretty easy to clean off. You just take a little rim oil, wipe it off, or anything you got. Yeah, it's great. It's been awesome. I'd definitely buy it again. I was not given this. I bought this with my own money. So it's really pretty an unbiased review. I was skeptical going into it because it is quite a bit of money for a 22 conversion, but you can still find 22 ammo out there right now for relatively inexpensive. A lot of your training, you're really just looking at stuff like your trigger pull. And with a rifle up close, trigger pull isn't that big of a deal. You're hearing a response from your trigger. So, yeah, it doesn't necessarily recoil a lot. You're still getting a recoil, and it's noticeable. So it does help you retain recoil, learn how to manage that. Now obviously if you shoot 100 rounds of this or 1,000 rounds of this in a row and then switch over to standard 223, you're going to notice a big difference. But everyone knows 5.56 does not recoil that much, so it's not going to be that big of a difference. So yeah, it's great. I would buy it again.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button at the bottom of the screen. If you like these kind of videos and you want to keep up with the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified when we release new content, go ahead and hit the bell icon beside the subscribe button. Thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section below and we will get back to you. Thanks for watching.